Property of the Week with Property Brokers, your local rural and lifestyle real estate specialists.
All right, welcome back. So it is Property of the Week time with our mates at Property Brokers. Of course, this week we head to mid-Canterbury with a pretty unique opportunity. To tell us a bit more from Property Brokers, Chris Murdoch. Chris, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Dominic. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Very well indeed. This is a pretty impressive property. I had a look at the video online. And firstly, tell us where it is exactly in that mid-Canterbury area.
Yeah, well, this property we've been lucky enough to list is it's approximately 20 kilometres south of Ashburton and about 13 kilometres, I guess, east of Mayfield and north of Hinds. It's at the 120 metre above sea level mark, so it's in a pretty prime spot, really.
I was going to say, that's prime farming country in there, isn't it?
It sure is, yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot going for it, no question.
Yeah, so tell us about the operation itself. What's actually up for sale here?
Yeah, what we've got, the address is 426 Stonylea Road, Carew. It's 170 hectares of dairy land, obviously, a dairy farm. This dairy farm's been converted for a large number of years, but it got a completely reconverted a few years ago, about 12 to 13 years ago. The previous vendor, it was a border dike farm. He flattened the border dikes completely, knocked out a herringbone shed, knocked that down, put a new 50-bar rotary smack in the middle of it, and two pivots at either end. So, yeah, it is a prime property in an excellent location with a great shape. It's got a road at each end, so the tanker track can come in one end, and there's a house at that end, and then the house at the other end as well. So, yeah, it's a well set up farm. Being well done. Yeah,
it looks pristine actually when you have a look through it. It looks absolutely ideal. 170 hectares there, and it's in terms of the performance to date of this particular farm. Pretty stack up, does it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's milking. It has in the past, and is today milk between that 650 and 630 cows, or 630 and 650 cows. I guess that way around. And production sits around that 280 to 300,000 milk solids. The current vendor is running it with quite a low cost input, and it's churning out about 1,700 to 1,900 per hectare. He's only putting in about between 370 to 440 kgs of dry matter and supplementary feed. So it's a pretty low cost system, and with the irrigation it's got on board. It's got irrigated from the Mayfield Hinds Valletta water. It's got a full allocation of that, which is 70 litres a second. And then it's got 35 litres a second from two bores. So it works out around that 5 mils per hectare, a bit better. So it's very well watered and very good systems in place. The cost of irrigation and power costs work out about $344 a hectare for all the power for the irrigation plus the water. So it's cheap water and good water.
Economical, very much so. She's green as far as the eye can see. It's a beautifully presented property. What about you mentioned the house there. What sort of house are we looking at here?
Yeah, it's got a 4-bedroom red brick home built in the probably late 60s, early 70s. I've just spent 30-odd thousand on the bathroom and laundry area. It could do with another kitchen in it. It's fine, but it could do with a new kitchen. It's got 2 living areas, nice big deck on it. Yeah, the main house is quite a nice house, been completely painted, all the barge boards, everything outside. This vendor's done, he's only been there actually coming 4 years. It was going to be his forever farm, but he's moved on and got another one under contract, subject to sale of this one. So he has spent quite a lot of money on it, even in the last 4 years since he's been there. I've just worked out he's spent over $300,000 on different things.
Wow,
From grooving the cow yard to putting in a whole new effluent system to putting in new sheds, new calf sheds, new single man's accommodation. So yeah, he's looked after it really well.
Yeah, it sounds like he really has, and it looks like he has as well. So I've just, again, having a look at that video, and you did mention there the 50 bale rotary shed. What about the rest of the farm infrastructure?
Yeah, it's well shedded. It's got calf sheds at the dairy shed, plus it at the main house. I think one of the features of it is the dairy shed itself. It's a 50 bale rotary, but it's been built inside a shed built for a 60 bale, so there's plenty of room inside it and plenty of light. It's got Milfoss milking systems, cut removers, auto wash. It's got 3 supplement feed heads going into the shed for grain, minerals and molasses, and it's got its own large grain siler with a hammer mill as well. So, 600 cow yard. Size cow yard, so it's really all there. It's about farming it, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course the tenders are open until, unless of course it's sold prior, but open until the 2nd of March. And for more info and to have a look at it, I'm sure you'd be keen to show prospective punters around.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we've had reasonable inquiry on it already. But certainly anyone can contact me through chris@pb.co.nz. More than welcome to take calls from anywhere, and if anyone's interested, please give us a call, because it is a lovely farm, and it will sell, I believe. Yeah,
it looks like it will as well. So there you go, Chris at PB for propertybrokers.co.nz. That's the email address if you want to get in touch with him. This is for 426 Stonylea Road in the mid-Canterbury area, a pretty pristine-looking dairy farm operation there. Lovely to chat with you, Chris, and all the best.
Thank you. Thanks, Dominic.
Property of the Week with Property Brokers, Farmland's strategic real estate partner. Rural Today.